Hey guys, it's Yatao for our first Q&A session. Thanks for your questions. Here are our answers.
So first question, favorite place to play? And when you play, do you feel as magical as you look? I think my favorite place to play is right here beside to Alex. Yeah, it doesn't really matter where we play. For me, the most important is that we play together. And of course, we feel like, yeah, magic makers all the time. My question to you is, how are you guys able to express emotions so clearly in your art? What the two of you are doing is humbling and very inspiring. Thank you for all your contributions in this world. Thank you so much for these words. It really, yeah, we really appreciate words like this. It really keeps us, yeah, making what we do.
I think the secret lies in really connecting with your emotions, and sometimes we really struggle a lot to show ourselves as we are, but we always try to show ourselves with the emotions that we have. So that is what you feel.
And I think it's not only while playing, also when we both just meet without our instruments, we always yeah, connect on this emotional level, or we at least try to connect on this emotional level. And our friendship is really based on this. And I think that is one big reason why it's also, yeah, shown in our music. When are you coming over to play in Edinburgh? All the best. Yeah, as soon as we are able to travel again and play the old the concerts we were used to play before 2020, we will for sure come also to Edinburgh. Does this migration to this Zen style of life has brought you guys closer to any religion? The music you guys do are connected to any kind of philosophy or spiritualism? I think we have, yeah, very different answers on this question. For me, I'm really into yeah, the path of yoga, and in the end, that's what my life is about. So I see myself as a very believing person, but there is no specific religion or yeah, no specific religion behind it. It's more like loving everything.
For me, the handpan and making music definitely has changed a lot. I think it made me calmer and especially much more connected to my own emotions. Also because Malte and I, besides making music, we talk a lot about our emotions. But I wouldn't really say it brought me closer to any religion.
Do you have favorite patterns you like to use?
The favorite pattern, it changes from time to time. I would say the favorite pattern is usually the newest one or an old classic. And that we play a lot.
Always wanted to know how you guys met and if you always had a sync when it comes to music. So the sync when it comes to music was always there. We met on a small festival in northern Germany, like 7 years ago or something like this. And yeah, I had my first handpan with me. Alex had his old didgeridoo with him, and I asked him if he would like to play with me, and he liked. So we met a few minutes afterwards, and yeah, the connection was like in the first second it was there, and we jammed together. Obviously on another level, but yeah, it felt really really nice. I would like to know how your practice looks like. Are you just playing, or are you doing practices for meters and coordination and stuff like this?
We don't really. sometimes I try to play with a metronome, but then I soon give up. And sometimes I practice patterns, but then I soon give up. Actually, we just rather play and try to make it flow and just feel and enjoy the music. It rather makes a difference where you play and with what intention you play, and that can teach you a lot. Sometimes you can learn a lot more when there is just at least one person who is attentively listening to what you're playing, and it gives you a whole different focus.
I love your music. You guys are the reason why I started learning to play a handpan. That's awesome.
Awesome.
What are the key elements for songwriting? So actually, when we both play together, there is no songwriting at all. It's improvising. What advice would you give a handpan beginner?
Always focus on enjoying your instrument.
I just beg your pardon. Please keep your hair growing. I just shaved yesterday, but Alex he let it grow.
Yeah. Because the barber shops are closed, I have to let it grow. So you're lucky.
What do you feel when you play and become one with the instrument and the music? It's so different. Sometimes we look at each other and we like melting away. We really dive deep, and it really takes us on a journey to a very deep level of ourselves, where we can, or at least I can, meet myself in a purer, more pure form. And it always, maybe not always, but often it confronts us with emotions or with processes we're into, and so we are able to feel these processes and these emotions, which are not always like happy and easy and joyful, but also maybe something really deep, and maybe sad feelings, or all kind of feelings. And this is what it actually does. It takes us on a journey to ourselves. How did you get in contact with the handpan?
For me, it was back in 2012 when I saw somebody busking in the city of Santiago de Chile, and he was playing a hang and traveling the world, and I was mesmerized by the sound of the hang and also about the lifestyle. But it took me 2 more years, and I had to meet Malte until I got my first handpan. For Malte, it was a bit quicker. He came home after a very intense meditation retreat, and when he came home, his best buddies showed him a video of somebody playing the handpan, and the same night he ordered his handpan, and soon afterwards he started playing.
What are your musical backgrounds?
As a child, I played piano for a couple of years, and I sang in the children's choir. But then I kind of stopped making music and rather got into dance. And then later on, in 2014, I started playing handpan and really dived deep into music.
I had also piano lessons when I was a child for 10 years or something, and then I got really interested in producing music on the computer, and I was composing a lot. Like I always said, it's for movies, movie score, like really epic music, a lot of orchestral instruments inside. And beside this, I produced hip hop beats and drum and bass and dubstep. I liked a lot, and but this was always in my room, and I never went out with this music. I barely uploaded something to the internet. And with the handpan, we became live musicians. To what degree are your recorded songs improvised or not? In other words, are there certain phrases or forms that you practice together that can be stitched into a body of sound? Or do you go into it with a completely empty mind and rely on your chemistry to play off each other?
I would say there is a percentage that is created before that we can rely on, like structures that we know, change of chords, for example, different rhythms, patterns, and also melodies. And then there's always room for improvisation. And I feel in the past there was maybe like 90% improvisation, but it led to the point that we were lost a lot.
What are your favorite books? What music do you guys like to listen to? I really like to listen to rap music, German rap, and like psychedelic, how do you call it? Psychedelic techno, maybe?
Actually, a book that we both really like is Eragon. If you don't know it, check it out. My favorite composer is Niels Frahm, but I do listen to other music as well, of course. Also hip-hop, new classical music.
Thank you guys so much for watching this first Q&A video, and if you are curious about us and if you want to send us a question, just send us a message below this video, and we will be super happy to do another Q&A session with you guys. See you soon.